Um, First of all, let me just say the church, when you say church, is quite a huge one. But what we are calling the Catholic bishops, the Catholic Church, were invited. The president had invited earlier, I think, the Protestant body. So when he called us, the Friday of that date, we felt it's like your neighbor has an issue. And we could see it. We knew it's going to come up. Somebody calls out to your neighbor, say, hey, gentlemen, come, I'm in trouble. So we were pulled by his call. We arrived, the 8 of us, and he spoke and said, look, he has had to consult different groups to say, what can he do? Surely, I know when I saw the tweet from the Gen Z, they said, it was a very interesting one, a short one, a very quick one. I still have it. Catholic bishops, we respect you. But the picture below, the picture below is our enemy number one. And yes, we looked at it, and I knew where you're coming from. And somebody else, a senior member of the community here, has said, they should not be moving, you should be waiting, you are big people, you're important persons. We are servants, and that's why even you, call me, I come. How many times do I carry my just diary, and I use, whenever I meet a young person, anybody, and he wants to listen to me, I just do it on the spot. And I don't find it's against the grain. After all, when Jesus, after washing Peter was refusing to be washed his feet, he told him, look, have you understood what I've done? Go and do the same. Be a servant leader. So we called by young people like you have called us, we come. Wazee, we go. Wakongwe, we go. The sick, we go. So understand what the church and the pastors, let me call them the priests or the religious men and women are all about. It is all about a prestige. So I'm just sidetracking to just help you understand where we come from. So when he asked us, what do you advise? Surely he got plenty of advice. He got plenty of advice. First of all, we told him, Mr. President, Your Excellency, sir, you cannot do it alone. We cannot do it alone either. None of us in Kenya can do it alone. After all the changes that have come, we are proud of. We were always a part of the change constitution. We were there. You had Mdingis that time. We had Muges that time. We, this time, have a different style. We are using different methods. But it is all of us together, my dear brothers and sisters, wherever you are. And what we are asking, it's our right that we share the cake that our ancestors baked for us. For the young, for the old, the sick. And that's how you heard us speak in many occasions about many things. For example, about health issues. NHIF. You've heard us speak about the whole issue of education and how expensive it has become. You've heard us speak about the whole issue of this housing. How are you going to organize them? We have spoken that many times. But is it coming now? We don't know. But we know the voices of the bishops have been always there. The voice of the churches, the Muslims, the Hindus, we were there even during the announcement of the elections, 2022, Bomas. I was there at that particular evening. And we were there with the others. So we have Kenya at heart. We have our leadership at heart. And this is where we say our leaders, they seem to change even their color immediately after election. May they be this, that, and the other. That's why it is important to carry out civic education. And what is civic education? It's educating us exactly what you are trying to do now to the masses and to the public through the mtandao. And I want to say congratulations. We have pushed to try to give civic education through Justice and Peace, through the forums we have had, DRG, other forums, but the politician is afraid of that. I was afraid of telling the people the truth. I'll tell you what I did during the elections, the kind of organization we did. We invited them in a hall, big hall, like bigger than this, in a place called our Pastor Center, the ones in Mombasa. And we invited everyone who thought he had something to ask Kenyans to do, or the Mombasas to do. In that way, they told us what they want, what position they want, how they're going to get the money, and how they are going to distribute the money. Some of them got it right, some others didn't. So it is an engagement of not just during election. It must be ongoing. As you said, monkey see, monkey do. If we don't teach them now, when they jump, all they see is people going to Dubai and back, going to London and back. And unfortunately, it's tempting, especially for people who are hungry, don't have food. They see you biting a big bread. They saliva and they want it. They want it or they demand it. So, without saying much, because this is your forum, mkituita kama wazee tutaongea na wazee. But I really want to say what you're doing is going to educate all of us.
As we do appreciate the civic education that is run by our priests, our archbishops, and the Kenya Catholic bishops, just to bring you on track, right? And I think this is a question that each and everyone in this room has in mind. We do concede, we do not refute that we should indeed share the cake that our ancestors begged for all of us. We should use that platform in civic education in all matters and sundry. However, just to bring you on track, considering the current precedent set in churches, the political climate set whereby the churches, particularly as we see recently the Catholic Church hosting political campaigns, also engaging harambes that are run by politicians. So my question to you, how can the church maintain its spiritual integrity while remaining in such collaborations?
I think from where I sit, I was the chair of the Conference of Catholic Bishops. And I only relinquished my chair in April. I personally, and all of us were not pro-politicians doing the Arambe within us. That is out of context. And of course, the temptation is there. I've seen it. You remember, at one time, the politicians were going to certain places. And others begin to say, Ata sisi tuko, we are already here. Why are you going to one place only? You see, it's like if you give a banana to a hungry kid, and you are the family, you have others. Others say, why are you forgetting us? So they even pushed people, invite politicians to the altars, which is not correct. Our Catholic ask them here. When we have our statements, we do them outside the church.
So are you alluding that the Catholic Church is actually considering to ban politics from happening in the pulpit?
We did ban it. So those who are doing it were doing out of their own volition. It's like in the family. You have your mother or your father, your daddy says, tomorrow you eat bananas. And one kid says, oh, shauri yako, it's me who is eating, it's me who know what I like, you know. So there's a law even within us, in the church. Let, as I say, give to Caesar what is Caesar's, and give to God what is God. When we have what we call our liturgies, the Catholics especially, we do not want interference. It doesn't mean I cannot invite a politician outside Mass and we come and work at a project. We can do that. And because they are also Catholics or Protestants, They are members of their church. They have a right to contribute their 10%. And their 10% of what they get is not the 10% you get. So it is their responsibility. I remember when I was in a certain diocese, and that year we were talking about, our theme was, faith without action is dead. So I called them and said, "Uni mwaka wa watu kuonyesha imani yao, what can we do?" And they thought among themselves, they said, "We'll buy a bus for the diocese, for anyone who wants to use it." And they organized themselves and they bought one bus, all the politicians in that particular place. And they gave it to the diocese. It's a good gesture. After all, everything we get from the missionaries is also donated by people from other countries. So we have a right, they have a right to donate what they can, but they do not have a right to come and try to campaign. In fact, I invited them to a campaign to tell people what they want, but I bought all the sodas, I gave all the lunch, and we finished and I went. And I said, "Thank you." I didn't ask them to pay. Because I need to lead also from the front, that it is possible to invite you and give you soda and I don't have to charge you. So if it's Harambee or unaita fungu la kumi, unaita sadaka, unaita what, let's do it in a better way. Some of them, not all of them. Some of them, anatoa 10,000, he calls the media, "Angalieni moja." So come on. I mean, let's be, because you're there giving lots of money, and remember there are people, hata mtu hajakula lunch, hajakula supper, he has no place to sleep. It's sensitive to the people we lead. In fact, I would ask for austere methods of doing it.